She will fantasize about you and what you're doing as long as you stay mysterious. But imagine if she was gonna fantasize about you. Imagine if she was gonna think that you're doing these amazing things and then you send her that dreaded message. Oh, hey, what you up to? I'm just watching TV right now. Fantasy destroyed. Mystery gone. Oh yeah, Oh yeah, so today I woke up at 8 and then I went to the gym and I did some training and I did this and did this and this. Mystery destroyed. So I want to give you some actual like practical tips, like sentences that I personally say that you can kind of, maybe don't steal them exactly, but make them like your version of them. But she says, what did you do today? And you look at her and say, guess. I don't know, you just went to work. And just look at her and just give her like a little grin. Work at that show, it's fair enough. And of course, these thoughts are kind of a little bit negative, especially for her, mental sake. And then you say, oh, what did you do? But just before you sent that text, or maybe you met her in person and she said, oh, what did you do today? I just went on Netflix too. But you can literally just look into her eyes and just say, guess. But hopefully you can see what I'm getting at here. But you might think, wait, Hams, okay, this could maybe work with some broken Western women that I met on Tinder 2 years ago, it's okay. But this wouldn't really work with my wife though. No, my brother. This is 10 times more important to use on your wife. 100 times more important. This is where guys get messed up. Yeah, it's, I just want to be totally honest and comfortable with, my woman. Like, when I really get married, then I'm just going to be normal with her. No. You have to understand that, especially with a marriage or the mother of your children or a serious relationship, the girl that you're totally in love with, especially with her, that's when these small things matter the most. Because you want to know that probably the number one thing that destroys relationships, the statistics from like scientists and researchers say it's like financial issues and all this stuff and stress. It's not. There's something that they can't measure, but there is one absolute killer of relationships, and it's probably ended all of your previous relationships, all of mine, everyone that you see around you. It starts with the same core problem. And then, it's like, oh, the financial stress is annoying us now, we're gonna get a divorce, okay, fine. But there's one main issue that causes all relationships to break, and it's depolarization. Depolarization is when a man and a woman start to become too similar, equals. And soon enough, they're more like friends than they are lovers. Because when you met, you were so mysterious to her and she was so exciting for you. There was so much energy, so much newness to your relationship. And it is extremely rare to carry this on for the long term. Imagine that first date that you had with, a girl who becomes your girlfriend or your wife, and how nerve-wracking it was and how like exhilarating it was to be in each other's companies, and you probably didn't even have any thoughts in your mind. Is it like that once you've spent 100 hours, 500, 1,000 hours together? Depolarization is when a masculine man and a feminine woman start to become too close to each other, and sometimes it even goes the opposite way, and the masculine man starts to become a lot more feminine, the woman becomes a lot more masculine. To stay polarized is such a beautiful thing, because that is where you stay as a masculine, mysterious, strong man, and she stays as a beautiful feminine woman. And this is so rare. You know why? Because this is very, very important, honestly. I hope this sounds like a bit weird, or just trust me, I'll explain now. You know why this depolarization happens? Why couples get depolarized? Familiarity. Too much time together. In the modern day, it's seen as so normal to have this desire to spend all day with your partner. That's seen as like healthy, and it seems like a good thing, right? Until you start to compare it to every relationship of every couple up until 100 years ago. The man used to be out of the house, away from his woman, for hours and hours and hours. Sometimes days and days and weeks and weeks and months and months and months. I like to relate everything back to our natural like caveman days, like evolutionary stuff, where you just sat in the cave with her every single day, just looking at the cave painting, like just like friends. No, because you needed to go get food. And it's time for you to go hunt. And she's dreading this moment because she's terrified. She doesn't know what's going to happen, but she believes in you. And you go, you leave that cave, and she's just sat there a little bit anxious, maybe a lot anxious, just waiting for you. And imagine that moment after she's been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, scared by herself, that you return with a massive boar on your shoulders. Imagine how your woman would look at you then. Imagine, that instant presence of love. As soon as you'd lock eyes into her, how different would your energy be? How passionate would you be with your woman at that kind of moment when you've just disappeared for hours, maybe days? Genuinely think she's like, literally imagine that. She has literally woken up, went about the entire day and gone to sleep